Hey everybody, I am back. It's your boy MBT, and we have had a long and adventurous road so far. We finally made it to the top 4 of the second Yu-Gi-Oh! Quarantine series. We are really in it now. Your top 4 duelists are Anju on Eldlich, Senpai on Invoked Mekk-Knight, Graboid Fan 13 on Dinosaur, and Giant Skyhawk, the winner of the previous Yu-Gi-Oh! Quarantine series, also on Dinosaur. How that happened, I do not know. I don't know. I could not tell you. But I have got your next match up. Chat, you were very specific that you did not want to watch the Dino Mirror. Hey, and I don't blame you. The Dino Mirror is extremely boring. Instead, we're going to watch the duelist we just watched, that's Senpai on Invoked Mekk-Knight, play against Anju, who we have yet to spectate, playing Eldlich, the deck you all told me was good and I didn't believe you. So, let's head over there now. Alright, so here we are, the top 4 match. These two individuals are playing for the future of MBT content. A very horrifying prize, if there ever was one. So we're going to lead with a copy of Foolish Burial Goods. And that's just about the best possible thing that Anju could hope for. I mean, Guardian of the Golden Land banishing for an Eldlich spell and trap. It's so broken. So the number one thing that Eldlich needs for all of its spells and traps to be online, of course, is a big golden boy on their side of the field. They're going to use Guardian of the Golden Land in order to get a copy of Red Eldlich. And then likely, or Black Eldlich if they already have red. And then in Sam Kuhn's turn, they're going to flip up the Red Eldlich in order to summon an Eldlich. And that's a sweet card against this deck. Lightning Storm. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and get an Eldlich of the red splatter. This isn't terrible, because of course most of these float, but it's still quite bad. I assume that Skill Drain is a card that Anju really wanted to resolve, as is Infinite Impermanence. Wow, and that might just be the end of the game. Thankfully, he does have an Ash Blossom for the A-lister, the Invoker, but, oh man, he's going to have to do a lot better than that. Oh, God. If you'd like to walk away with this. So we're going for Mekk-Knight of the Azure Sky, searching a card, and that's so strong. That's just so good. I think we're likely to see a link away into A-lister, the Invoker of Madness here, or maybe Cloth Sheep, depending on what exactly is in the hand. Maybe even a Morningstar. I don't think we've seen that yet. Nope. Verte Anaconda. We haven't really gotten to see Verte Anaconda do much of anything yet, but when it finally pops off, I'm sure it will be very powerful. We're going to Invocation here. Looks like we drew it, so no need to resolve the effect of A-lister, the Invoker, and that's going to turn into a Macabre, and wow, just going through the motions here, likely this is going to be it. We're going to activate Invocation in order to get back this copy of A-lister, the Invoker, and that's not particularly good. Monsters usually don't activate their effects in this deck. Predaplant is going to turn this light Eldlich into a dark, and then activate its effect for its main board, Super Polymerization. This is what I feared people would use Predaplant Verte Anaconda for, sending itself and one of your opponent's monsters away, turning it into a huge Chongus. And look, I think that is that actually game? Oh, it's 200 off. If only there was some card in Senpai's hand that would increase the attack of Mekaba by 1,000. And wow, that is just gonna be it. An unbelievably, blisteringly fast Game 1. Jesus. Not pulling any punches. I think that game was so quick that chat still thinks I'm talking about the two decks. The delay's about 100 seconds right now, and, man. Crazy. Whoever wins this has to stop dinosaurs. True. Well, if you're Anju, what do you do in this scenario? Sam K-Soon lives for you to set spells and traps, and unlike something like Altergeist, your spells and traps just don't match up to the quality of monster that Sam K-Soon is going to be summoning. You're playing cards that are only conditionally single-target pops. I mean, against a deck that's mainboarding evenly matched in Lightning Storm, what are you really attempting to do? All right, so looks like we're going again, and I don't know who's going first. I I would be impressed if Anju made Sam K-Soon go first, recognizing that their individual card quality is much lower than Sam's. But I don't think it's very likely. And a pass! That's 100%... What? Wait, is that Anju passing? It is! That was Anju forced to go first, or that was Sam K-Soon forced to go first, and Anju saying, yeah, okay. Sam K-Soon was like, I'll go first. I have nothing to do, and Anju, do your best. I know you're not going to OTK me. What's the best you can do here? Summon an Eldlich in defense position. There's not going to be any OTKs this game. And Foolish Burial Goods sending probably a Guardian. That's the most available one to send to the graveyard. Hakero also might be reasonable. And they've actually sent a White Fate. Banishing White Fate allows you to set the ever-glorious Golden Land. So planning for the future here, it looks like they're going to just set 5 pass. Is that going to be good enough? Especially if one of those 5 is in the same zone as Eldlich the Golden Lord. I mean, these are going to have to be 5 really, really good cards. Alright, Sam, what you got? You've been given an extra turn, you've been given zone placement that works for you, and you've been given another card. Let's lead with a Cosmic Cyclone targeting the ever-glorious Golden Land. If he follows this up with a copy of Lightning Storm, boy, it is just the end of the game. Certainly I wouldn't activate Ever-Glorious Golden Land, especially if you want to bluff a second one, but there it is! Cosmic into Lightning Storm, and Jesus Christ, what an open! Able to get rid of the piece of negation that Anju searched, and then wiped the entire board in the process, and no response! It's not like Altergeist, you don't get to play Solemn Judgments and the like, you are forced onto these conditionally good trap cards that just do nothing in the face of destruction! Oh my god, and this Pancratop seals this up. Any linear play is the end of the game. Wow. Anju is just getting canned. Oh wait, but if he doesn't have access to the linear play, then Eldlich is going to be able to pop off. In the end step, it's going to be able to activate Conquistador and Hakero and Guardian. They're going to get an Elixir of Black Awakening, probably a red splatter, and I don't think we have an additional white, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. You can not only set each one once per turn, so no reason to not get, yeah, a second red splatter. Wait. How do you resolve Lightning Storm and potentially lose? Man, maybe I was counting this deck out. This is looking really good. Alright, so we're going to use the effect of Eldlich. They're going to Called by the Graveit. That is... Wow, that's really, really bad for Anju. They're going to chain a copy of Elixir of Red Splatter in response. That's probably fine. You can summon it in attack position. Oh, but it can get from the graveyard! Red Splatter is deck or graveyard, so by bringing back the Eldlich, its effect isn't going to be off for future turns. Unfortunately, that's really all it accomplishes. It now doesn't resolve the effect in which it adds itself to the hand and then summons a zombie monster from your hand, so you're only getting in for the 2,500, but still pretty heads up. Do we have a play in main phase 2 outside of just resetting your entire board? Okay, Conquistador is fine. It can only destroy face-up cards, so you can't rob zones. And then we'll pass it back. Okay, we're going to trigger the Grave Effect of Conquistador, and I think we can get a... Oh, we have another red? Jeez, we are just never going to be able to activate these red graveyard effects. Alright, and Sam really thinking about this. This is a really, really rough follow-up from Sam. I mean, any competent open would have closed the door, but man, I mean, any lack of linear game plan is just let Eldlich walk away with it. They're activating the graveyard effects every turn, Conquistadoring away the A-lister. Wow. I mean, what do you even do about this? With no access to any competent Invocation fusion, what are you going to make? A Purgatrio pass? That seems terrible. Alright, so And now I guess we'll go to battle phase. Still can't crack that lethal barrier, huh? I think this actually is it. If we red Elixir here, even if the battle phase gets ended, we can overlay for Gustav Max. And wow! A surrender out of Sampai! And suddenly we're in a game 3! I can't believe not 2 minutes ago I thought there was a 0% chance for Anju to walk with that game. And yet, it turns out even a deck as consistent as Invoked Mekk-Knight sometimes has trouble accessing their linear game plan. Wow, wow, wow. Lightning Storm for 4 and couldn't close it. Just incredible. I was expecting for sure, like an unbreakable setup, but with no access to anything competent, you just can't get it done. Let's see how the other game is going. Still in progress, looks like. Anju typing, "Goddamn, I have had to play Invoked Mekk-Knights 3 times this tournament." Well, at the very least, he's practiced. Alright, so let's see who's going first. Yeah, I was going to say, I would imagine that Sam said, "Oh no, Anju. No, you go first. Absolutely fine. Foolish Burial Good's very good here. It represents Golden Land forever." I expect we'll see Guardian Scent. That's what he's been doing the last couple of times. Nope, White Elixir. I have screwed this up every single time. So White Elixir is going to set a Golden Land Speller Trap, going for Conquistador, telegraphing that he's already got Golden Land forever. We're going to set 3. Okay, that might do it. If it's Golden Land, Conquistador, some general anti-invoked floodgate, it could do it. Mind Control on Eldlich. This is very bad. Everglorious Golden Land requires you to tribute a zombie-type monster. I would prefer to flip it and pop the zombie-type monster just to deny my opponent mind control. It looks like we're going for Conquistador instead. And it looks like Sam's thinking about this one. Could be trying to telegraph like a Cosmic. So we'll special Conquistador and then destroy the Eldlich. If this set card is like Red Splatter, it still could be quite strong. So we're going for A-lister. No Lightning Storm this game. It's got to be a relief. There is an Invocation, and wow, if the Invocation is fired here, that might be pretty problematic. I think I would probably go into from Almirage to secure Gardna anyway, just because that means that I don't absolutely immediately lose to Red Awakening, and it's rough anyway. Jack Knight of the Azure Sky coming down. Looks like Sam's actually got his game plan this time. Cosmic Cyclone, represented earlier, comes to fruition, and woof. I hope that's not the Everglorious Golden Land, because it is absolutely off right now. Hakero! So if we expect the last card is Everglorious Golden Land, I think we're pretty happy about this. From Sampai's side, of course. If you think he's telegraphing the counter trap, you know, there's no way to get this Eldlich out of the graveyard. And now that we have a light in the graveyard, even if we go for an invocation and they banish in response, it's not that big of a deal. Or return it to the field in response, rather. And they don't have a response. It looks like it is going to be a Macabre banishing the Eldlich, the Golden Lord, too strong. And here comes the invocation back. Ugh, a purple too? Come on. Purple's going to tag out. I believe Sam is on yellow. Yep, and yellow's going to come down and pop that final card. Whoa. Now, this is just the bread and butter plays of Invoked Mekk-Knight, walking through all of its opponent's individual cards. And just as we all expected, it was Golden Land Forever. Pot of Desires afterwards. Are you kidding me? Wow. from this position, there has to be a way to win, right? This turn. Well, that'll do it. Verte Anaconda targeting our opponent's monster. It's already light. We get Invocation for a Purgatrio here with the Almirage in Graveyard. Is that the most damage we can do? I think so. Yeah, there's Purgatrio. All right, Verte, let's see what you're good for. Wow, and I'm shocked that no one else is flexing Verte like this, but using it as super polymerization on an already resolved board state to turn a reasonable chance of winning into an immediate OTK is just so absolutely powerful. In this deck specifically, I mean, this is the end of the game, and games 1 and 3 just looked absolutely unwinnable from Anju's perspective. Wow, props to Sam K. Soon. Really, really, really walking with this one. Unless that card in hand is a Battle Fader, I think he's got this. And, ladies and gentlemen, your first member of the YCS number 2 finals. Pretty powerful. Pretty powerful stuff. Invoked Mekk-Knight just barely missed top 2 last time, so I'm very excited to see it get a chance at finals this time. Shouts out to Anju. Really, really heads up play. Played clearly a good deck in a very skilled manner, but unfortunately wasn't enough to close the deal against an extremely practiced pilot of a deck that was popular a format ago. So that is going to be it for the semi-final round. We are still waiting on that other match, but it's already pretty in progress. I don't want to jump you into the middle of it. Instead, I'm going to use this time to prep for finals. Take a last drink, go to the bathroom. I urge you to do so as well, because given how Sampai and both Skyhawk and Graboid fan play games, it could either be over in an instant or in 30 or 40 hours. Don't go anywhere.